My child, listen to me carefully. What I'm about to reveal is not ordinary. It's not something small, or something you can ignore. What I'm showing you right now is deeper, darker, and more dangerous than anything you expected. I need you to take a breath, steady your heart, and be fully present. Because this moment is more important than you realize. My child, there is a hidden plot forming against your son. A spiritual scheme, built in silence, planned behind invisible doors in the unseen realm. I have watched every piece of it. I have traced every strategy. And I cannot allow you to walk forward unaware while something this calculated is unfolding around your son's life. You think you've seen spiritual warfare before, but this one is different. This one is strategic on a level that is usually aimed only at those with great destiny. And now it is aimed at your son. Your son carries purpose. His name carries weight. And heaven recognizes the calling placed on him. This is why the enemy is not targeting his body, his emotions, or his surroundings, though he may try those things too. The real target is your son's name. Because his name holds the key to his identity, his future, his assignment, and the destiny written over him before he took his first breath. The enemy knows this. That's why the conspiracy is focused on erasing the meaning of your son's name. There are spiritual forces meeting in darkness right now, whispering about him, drawing circles around him, attempting to rewrite what I ordained. My child, listen closely. Your son's name carries a sound in the spirit that the enemy fears. It carries the weight of the assignment I placed upon him. His name shakes darkness every time it is spoken. His name carries authority. His name carries purpose. And this is exactly why the enemy wants to delete your son's name from the list of those rising, chosen, protected, and assigned for great things. The enemy wants to remove his name from the list of those walking in destiny. He wants to silence the power attached to your son's identity. He wants to confuse him, weaken him, distract him, and make him question himself. But I will not allow confusion to write his future. I will not allow darkness to have the last word. Everything formed against your son's name will fail. Everything whispered in darkness will fall to the ground. Every plan drawn against him is being exposed right now. But before I reveal the full depth of what is happening, I need you to understand this truth: the enemy only attacks what threatens him. He does not waste time on the ordinary. He does not focus on those without purpose. He invests his greatest strategies against those whose lives carry generational impact. And your son is one of them. That heaviness you felt for him, that sudden concern, that unexplainable pressure around his life, that isn't random. It is spiritual. The enemy has been watching your son very closely. He has seen him survive things he should not have survived. He has seen strength inside him that should have broken by now. And every time your son rose again, the enemy panicked. Because your son's destiny is bigger than you know. Now listen closely. In the spiritual realm, your son's name is shining. It glows with purpose. It carries a frequency darkness cannot stand. And because of that, forces pretending to be spiritual, but rooted in deception, have been whispering your son's name in secret gatherings. They are planning, strategizing, watching, hoping they can remove his name from the list of those chosen to rise. But your son's name is protected by me. His identity is wrapped in purpose. His future is sealed in promise. Angels stand around him day and night, guarding him from attacks you never even knew existed. But now, my child, I need you to understand the deeper layer. The enemy cannot destroy what I ordained. So he tries to confuse it. If he cannot erase your son, he tries to rewrite him. If he cannot silence him, he tries to distract him. If he cannot break him, he tries to bend him. If he cannot stop his purpose, he tries to weaken his confidence. This is why your son has faced sudden pressure, unexpected storms, unexplained frustration, and moments where he felt lost. But these moments were not signs of failure. They were signs of warfare. The enemy is hoping to distort how your son sees himself. He wants your son to doubt who he is. He wants him to question his value. He wants him to feel small, overlooked, forgotten, or unimportant. Because if he can weaken your son's identity, he can delay his destiny. Not stop it. Not destroy it. Just delay it. But he has failed. Because now the truth is being revealed. And once truth enters, darkness loses its grip. For your son, support by giving a super thanks up to $100 as a simple act of faith and gratitude. Not by pressure, but by love, saying, Lord, I believe this word and I receive it. Let me take you deeper. There is a spiritual meeting that was held, a council in darkness, where your son's name was mentioned. Yes, your son's name spoken with fear, anger, and jealousy. They reviewed the calling on his life. They examined the favor resting on him. They discussed the angels assigned to guard him. They studied the impact he will make, even impact he hasn't even stepped into yet. And when they saw the size of his future, they formed a plan to remove his name from the list of those advancing in destiny. They want to delete your son's name from the list of those who rise, those who influence, those who break generational patterns, those who walk in truth, those who lead others into light. They want to delete his name from the list of those protected by spiritual covering. They want to delete his name from the list of those chosen for greatness. But their plan is collapsing. Because while the enemy speaks lies, I speak truth. While darkness whispers defeat, I declare victory. While they plan to diminish your son's identity, I am strengthening it. While they gather to attack, I surround him with protection. While they try to label him with fear, I name him with purpose. And every false label they tried to attach to him, failure, fear, doubt, shame, confusion, is breaking off right now. Your son will not carry the names darkness tried to place upon him. He will walk in the name I gave him. A name filled with promise. A name filled with destiny. A name filled with spiritual authority. I am restoring your son's identity. I am restoring his confidence. I am restoring his strength. I am restoring his clarity. I am restoring his fire. And I am restoring the meaning of his name. Listen, my child. Your son is entering a new season. A season where his name will rise again. A season where his name will open doors. A season where his name will carry honor. A season where his name will be remembered in rooms he hasn't entered yet. A season where his name will be defended by heaven. A season where his name will not be deleted, but elevated. The battle for your son's identity is ending. The conspiracy against his future is collapsing. The darkness surrounding his name is breaking. And now begins the season of clarity, purpose, awakening, and divine protection. My child, do not fear. Your son is covered. His name is protected. His destiny is secured. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will stop what I am about to do next in your son's life. His name will rise. His identity is restored. His purpose is awakening. His destiny is unstoppable. Because heaven is not finished speaking about your son yet. Even though the danger around him has been exposed, the spiritual operation unfolding right now is still in motion. God says your son is standing in the middle of a moment that will change everything connected to him. You must stay aware, stay prayerful, and stay steady. What is forming around your son is bigger than what the enemy tried to do to him. The Lord says the conspiracy that rose against your son was deeper than you knew, darker than you understood, and older than you realized. The reason it was so intense is because the calling on your son is not small, not weak, and not ordinary. It is heavy, weighty, and marked with purpose from heaven. Every assignment that came to erase his name was actually a confirmation of the future he carries. God says there is a spiritual line your son just crossed. Once a person crosses that line, the enemy panics. Heaven begins to reveal plans that were once hidden in shadows. Right now, the Lord is uncovering every shadowy hand that tried to write your son's name into destruction. He is exposing every whisper that tried to push him off his path, and every spiritual voice that tried to confuse his steps. The Lord says your son's name is being lifted out of every dark list, every evil agenda, every cursed order, and every spiritual trap. Heaven has claimed him again, and no force can override that claim. Your son's name is being rewritten in places you cannot see. The Lord says the rewriting is happening fast, and it is happening with force. The enemy tried to act with force, and God always answers force with greater force. Listen carefully. The Lord says your son is about to feel something shift in his spirit. Even if he does not fully understand it yet, and even if he cannot describe it, something inside him is waking up. Something is shaking loose. Something is breaking open. Heaven says this awakening is the proof that the enemy lost the battle over him. Your son will begin to sense things he used to ignore. He will walk away from things he once entertained. He will no longer be comfortable in places that carried hidden traps. His spirit is becoming more alert. Heaven is putting a fresh shield around him, one that cannot be broken by fear, confusion, or temptation. The Lord says you must understand why this battle was so intense. The target was not your son's body. The target was not his habits. The target was not his behavior. The real target was his name. In the spirit realm, your name represents your assignment, your future, your calling, your favor, and your identity. The enemy wanted to remove your son from his future before he ever stepped into it. But heaven says the opposite is happening now. Instead of being removed, your son is being repositioned. Instead of being erased, he is being marked. Instead of being silenced, he is being awakened. Instead of being lost, he is becoming found again in a deeper way. God says there were people unknowingly connected to the attack against your son. These were people who had no idea they were being influenced. Some spoke words without understanding the spirits behind those words. Others acted in ways that added pressure to your son without knowing the enemy was manipulating the environment around them. Heaven says those connections are being disconnected one by one. Every unhealthy influence, every harmful voice, and every spiritual weight that tried to drag your son down is losing power tonight. Heaven has issued a command over him, and that command is simple: release him now. This command echoes through both realms. No dark spirit can resist it. The Lord says your son is entering a season where the things that chased him will begin to fade. The things that waited for him will begin to appear. He will step into opportunities he once felt unprepared for. He will walk into breakthroughs he did not expect. He will discover things about himself that were locked away for years. The Lord says this discovery will not be small. It will not be quiet. It will not be hidden. It will unfold step by step, moment by moment, and day by day. Every step will be guided by heaven's hand, even when your son does not recognize it. Listen again. God says your son's name is still being spoken in heaven right now. The angels assigned to your son are working in places you cannot see. They are rearranging paths, removing hazards, closing traps, erasing danger, and pushing aside every spiritual structure that tried to collapse on him. The Lord says this angelic activity is not random, ordinary, or routine. It is a special operation. It is assigned only when a destiny is under heavy construction or facing heavy opposition. Your son is in that moment right now. Heaven says the conspiracy against your son failed because it relied on secrecy. Once light hits a secret, the secret dies. Tonight the light of God is hitting everything that was hidden. Every masked attack. Every silent attempt. Every disguised influence. Every whispered lie. Every spiritual surveillance. Every dark intention. All of it is being dragged into the light. Once something enters the light, it loses its power to continue. God says the next stage for your son is restoration. Not just protection. Not just deliverance. Restoration. Emotional restoration. Spiritual restoration. Identity restoration. Mental restoration. Heaven says this restoration will be slow on the surface, but rapid in the spirit. You will see signs that the restoration has begun. Your son will speak differently. He will think differently. He will walk differently. He will choose differently. He will sense differently. When you notice these signs, do not treat them as accidents. Treat them as evidence that your son's name has been secured again. The Lord says this final part clearly. Do not fear what was planned. Fear what the enemy planned and failed to achieve. Every failure of the enemy becomes fuel for heaven's next move. Heaven's next move for your son will be bigger than anything that tried to destroy him. Stand firm. Stay calm. Keep your spirit open. Your son is stepping into the safety heaven designed. Nothing formed against him will ever succeed again. Because heaven is still speaking. The Lord says there is one more layer that must be revealed before this message closes. One more truth that must be delivered into your spirit. One more hidden thing that must be exposed so you can understand the weight of what your son just survived. The Lord says the final part of this revelation is not meant to scare you, but to strengthen you. What was planned against your son was not only an attack. It was a full spiritual strategy built over time, shaped by patterns, reinforced by voices, and fed by moments in his life that the enemy tried to twist. But heaven says your son's story is not defined by those twisted moments. God has stepped in to realign everything the enemy tried to bend. God says, listen carefully. Your son did not stumble into danger by accident. The enemy marked him early because the calling on him is earlier than most. The enemy watched him, studied him, followed his patterns, looked for weak links, searched for open doors, and waited for moments of vulnerability. But the Lord says every moment the enemy thought he won was actually the moment heaven quietly placed another layer of protection around your son. This happened even when you didn't know it, even when your son didn't feel it, even when life looked chaotic, and even when confusion clouded everything. Heaven was still surrounding him, guiding him, and preserving him for this very moment. The Lord says the enemy's final plan was to disconnect your son from himself. Not from you. Not from others. But from the version of himself heaven created. Once a person becomes disconnected from their true identity, they become easier to manipulate. But heaven says that disconnection has now been shattered. Your son is being reconnected to the identity that was written for him before time. This reconnection will begin to show in ways that will surprise you. Your son will start acting like someone who suddenly remembers who he is. He will begin to recognize his value. He will understand that he is protected by something greater than the fear that chased him. God says this next part is important. There are dreams your son will begin to have. These dreams will make him feel like something is shifting inside him. Some dreams will reveal warnings. Some will bring clarity. Some will untie old knots. These dreams are not random. They are heaven's way of opening your son's spiritual senses again. The Lord says when he starts speaking about these dreams, do not dismiss them. Listen. Write them down if possible. Pay attention to the patterns. These dreams will guide him through the next stage of his destiny. Heaven says your son's atmosphere is about to change. The places that once drained him will no longer feel comfortable. The people who once distracted him will begin to fall away naturally. The habits that once pulled him down will lose their grip. He will start moving differently. At first, he may not understand why. But the Lord says the reason is simple: your son is being reintroduced to his purpose. Purpose always rearranges the environment around a person, even before they understand what is happening. Listen again. God says your role in this moment is important. The way you speak over your son matters. The way you cover him in prayer matters. The way you hold him in your spirit matters. It is not about controlling him, forcing him, or pushing him. It is about covering him. Heaven says your covering has been one of the strongest weapons protecting him, even when you did not see immediate results. The Lord says continue covering him. Continue speaking life over him. Continue praying over his steps. Every word you release becomes a shield around him in the Spirit. The Lord says now the final phase begins, the sealing. The sealing of your son's name. The sealing of his future. The sealing of his path. The sealing of his identity. The sealing of his protection. Heaven says once something is sealed in the Spirit, no earthly force and no spiritual force can reopen it. No hidden plan, no dark intention, no whispered attack, and no unseen opposition can undo it. Your son's name is entering a sealed state. The Lord says this seal is permanent. God says this seal will show itself in unexpected moments. Your son will avoid things he once ran toward. He will turn away from situations he once entered blindly. He will sense danger before stepping into it. He will feel uncomfortable around people carrying the wrong energy. He will pause before choosing paths that would have harmed him. These small hesitations are proof that the seal is active. Heaven says do not ignore these signs. They are not coincidences. They are confirmations. God says the next thing that will happen is clarity. Your son will begin to see himself differently. He will recognize the weight he carries, even if he cannot describe it. He will sense that he is meant for more. This sense will grow stronger with time. The Lord says when clarity rises, confusion falls. When identity rises, fear dissolves. When purpose rises, distraction loses its voice. This is what will happen inside your son in the coming season. The Lord says the conspiracy that tried to erase your son's name failed. The exposure of that conspiracy has created a divine shift. What should have destroyed him will now elevate him. What should have broken him will now strengthen him. What should have silenced him will now awaken him. Heaven says there will come a moment, not long from now, when your son will stand in a place and realize he is not the same person he used to be. That moment will be the proof that the restoration is complete. Now the Lord releases a closing decree over your son. His name will not be erased. His path will not be stolen. His purpose will not be hijacked. His identity will not be confused. His heart will not be captured by darkness. His steps will not be redirected into danger. His spirit will not be silenced. His destiny will not be delayed. He is sealed. He is protected. He is reclaimed. He is re-established. His story is under the full authority of heaven. This is the closing word. It is done. It is settled. It is established. It is finished. For your son, support by giving a super thanks up to $100 as a simple act of faith and gratitude. Not by pressure, but by love, saying, Lord, I believe this word and I receive it.